In winters, it is lovely to sit around, sit with friends, and that's what we are doing. It. And a very dear friend of mine, he comes with a very nice one, and that gave me the uh, beautiful topic to talk today. He said suddenly that there's a Hakim. He had visiting Kanpur every weekend, a week from Bijnor. It's a nearby place. And this Hakim is very popular. And this friend, he had a bad stomach. So he also goes to him for some medicine and he takes those puriyas, those uh, Hakimi Nuskha, and comes back home. And his stomach was alright, but the side effect was that he became excessively horny and his sexual desires just shut up. And he was sharing with us, yes, surprisingly, this Hakim, for a bad stomach, and the medicine reacted this way. We were, all our friends, they jumped off our seats, chair, and I said, listen, next time you go and tell him he has got few more friends who's got bad stomach. and, and my mind, fertile mind, had a topic for you all today, and that is Aphrodisiac. This incident reminded me, took me a few years ago, when a friend of mine in his late 60s acquired a wife half his age. He was quite man with a lot of self-assurance. And suddenly the self-assurance was gone and he became aggressively self-conscious. Although his wife produced two children in a quick succession, it did not restore his self-confidence. And the way his friends felicitated him did not help at all. Congrats! It doesn't take so much to put a young woman with children, does it? Since no more children came, he became even more self-conscious. He would veer the conversation round to how sexually well adjusted he and his wife were. I will let you into the secrets, my friend. He whispered in my ear one evening. He says sexual appetite does not diminish with age, provided you are a regular in your bowel movements. Clean bowels means good sex. Constipation or loose bowels, and you are done for by the time you are 40. That made good sense. And I recall Nabokov's Lolita. I'm sure all educated people must have heard about this novel, if not read. Giving her aged stepfather lover ice cream, which produced so much gas in the belly that he could not function. But the recipe my friend prescribed for a clean stomach and good sex was new to me, at least. He says tablespoon full of barn, roughage, choker we call it in India, with every meal, and your lady friend will be singing like a nightingale. Just imagine. I then learned that barn does more than keep a young wife on the straight and narrow path of matrimonial fidelity to a papa-aged husband. It can even sink a battleship. Just imagine, he was so sure. Dr. Cleve of the British ship King George V discovered this during World War I. He found that most of his men suffered from constipation and the gunners was incapable of shooting straight. So before taking on to the Germans' navy, he put his men on a regimen of Bahn, B-R-A-N, Bahn. He records in his memoirs, they went to the gents like clockwork. Thus, with this morale and of his men, of his troops, it boosted 100%. Writes the doctor, they took on Kaiser's Bismarck and sent it down to the bottom of the sea, and that's how they won the war and defeated Germany. Imagine the power of Bahn. Tablespoonful of Bahn. You can defeat any enemy when you can defeat an enemy like Bismarck of Germany. Similarly, in Dr. Cleve's book, The Saccharine Disease, you must read this if you can find time. It propagates the consumption of bran, roughage, and bananas as a regular part of human diet, and the banning of refined sugar and cyclamates. It has become a bestseller worldwide on both sides of the Atlantic. The doctor quotes the Bible in support. It says in his book, when the sound of grinding is low, the door shall be shut in the streets. Ecclesiastics. Now, grinding, the learned doctor, when he writes he was 72, interprets as the sound of teeth crunching fibrous food, and the doors as the anal orifice. So the next time you want to take on a young lusty maiden or sink a battleship, remember bran is best, better than a Spanish fly, kushta, or any other luxury, and more potent than a 16 mm recoilless gun. Thank you very much.